Hey guys, Peanut here, and welcome to a little redstone video. If any of you are fans of TangoTek like I am, then you know he's building a new game inspired by PlateUp, and he's calling it Hungry Hermits. And in the game, you will be making food for the Hungry Hermits, and along the process it's going to be lots of fun chaos of crafting the food, and also little hazards that will get in the way. And he has a freezer, and he's looking for some more concepts to put in the freezer to make it more interesting. And I think I come up with just the thing. Let me show you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out TangoTek's latest video. Link in the description. Here's what Tango has going on so far. You go inside the freezer, and there's a different food you might need to collect, and a button next to each piece. Now, I've actually replaced the buttons with pressure plates, because you can actually hit the button from a distance, and it triggers the trapdoors that are shelves. With the pressure plates, the player will have to trudge through the snow and actually click it. But yeah, like I said, there's snow. The powdered snow will slow you down, and if you hang out in here too long, you might die, so you don't want to linger. Another idea I put in is a couple of these snow obstacles. It's just a snow block with the carpet on top, so you can kind of tell where the obstacle is. Not supposed to be much of a maze, as much as just slowing you down, making you take a slightly longer route to what you need. I've actually have that hooked up here with the chicken, so let me demonstrate that for you. A little noise sequence, and boom, you get your chicken, and then you can leave. Here's the main thing that I wanted to show all of you. I'm shaking. No, shaking is not the concept. It's this mold. So when you want to go and get your meat, whatever it is, whether it's a raw chicken or whatever, instead of getting raw chicken, you get rotten flesh. Nobody wants that. It's because of the mold. So, in order to get the food, you have to clear out the mold. And once you do that, then you can trigger the pressure plate. And you'll get a clean piece of food ready for those hungry hermits. Because they don't want mold either. Now, let me quickly show you how this works. So obviously it's a lichen being grown by some redstone and bone meal, but the lichen can actually spread through blocks if that block is a stair. So you see, this is the piece where the mold grows inside the freezer, and when it gets triggered, it spreads. And you can just have that hooked up to a randomizer, and this is the redstone sequence I'll show you quick. There's a little timer triggering the note blocks to show time is progressing, and it hooks up to the raw food and the rotten flesh. So you can see we have raw food selected because that's where the block is. The redstone will not reach the dispenser, only through the block. And when your randomizer triggers, it will spread the mold, and it will switch all the droppers that are around. I just have chicken set up, but it'll switch them so that instead, when the same redstone line triggers, you'll get the rotten flesh until you clear the mold. Now, how are we detecting you just breaking lichen? Well, up above, we have a skulk sensor that's calibrated to sensing when a block is broken. So let me just demonstrate this for you quick. The randomizer goes, it switches the redstone, and it grows the lichen. So no matter what, you're getting rotten flesh. Now, if you break it, that skulk sensor is going to sense you breaking a block, and then you can trigger and get your fresh food. Now, like I mentioned, this is a concept. Currently, the player could walk into the freezer, immediately see and break the mold, and then just grab their food and go. What you'd actually want to do is have the mold in probably 2 corners. That way, when the player comes in, they can't see it. They just go about their business trying to grab their food, and then they get the rotten flesh, and they're like, oh shoot, there's mold. And so they go searching for the mold, and then they break it, and then they're good. Let me know what you guys think of this concept, and hopefully Tango can see this and consider it for his game. And if you have any ideas you'd like me to test out for you, put them in the comments. That's it for now, everyone. I bid you all a farewell. Thanks so much for watching. You go in your freezer and you're like, oh, I'm just going to grab my meat. The pressure plate for the food you want, instead of getting that fresh meat, you might get, oh shoot, that sounds funky.